So in this video I'm going to show you how to do a cloud-to-cloud migration. So I have a application running in one cloud and I want to move it over to another cloud, and I'm going to use HCX for that. Both clouds are VMC and AWS SDDCs. So let's start with the source. The source is blue and the destination is red, right? So I have my application on the blue side, and before I'm going to do that, I first want to show you my public IP address here, because it's an internet facing application, and you can see that my public address and my netting rule are all in there, are all configured. So that means that my application is currently running with an IP address ending with 37, and it needs to be moved over to another site, right? So if you can see, my firewall is there, my firewall rule is there. It's an actual compute gateway firewall rule where I am allowing port 80 from the internet towards my web server. And you can see that my web server here has the IP address ending with 101, 40.101, and that's where the netting rule is currently set to. Now let's do a NS lookup and see that the domain name is actually pointing towards that public IP address ending with 37. So let's go to the website and let's verify if my website is currently working, and it's all working fine. So you can see I can reach the website from the internet with this DNS name that's pointing to a public IP address. When we're moving over, this is important because it needs to be changed as well. So let's go to the destination side. And here we can see that our environment is not fully prepared yet. So here we can see that if we go to the public IP addresses, we can see that I've already pre-reserved a public IP address. It's already configured, and when we're going to the actual net, we can also see that I also pre-configured a net rule with a new public IP address and the private IP address that is going to get. I also did a preparation of the firewall rules, where you can see that I already pre-prepared the actual firewall rule with where I allow HTTP. So that's all in place. So this will save us time during the actual migration and cutover. So with this having checked, we're going to start the actual migration. We're going to go from one cloud to another cloud. So on the blue side, we are going to select our resources, our folder, our data store on the other side. This is actually on the red side. But we're doing the migration from the blue to the red side. We're choosing vMotion, and we are going to choose our application, and we're going to select our networks. And I also pre-created networks on the other side, otherwise this would not work, right? Because we're going from A to B, and the networks need to be available on the B side. So let's go to the B side and do it for the database, do it for the app, and for the web VMs as well. So actually doing it for one web VM would be more than enough, the first one, because that's the one that's actually going to be actively used. But I'm going to do it for both of them, just to keep on the consistency side. So let's select the web network, and this network that we're actually selecting is the network on the other side, okay? So on the red side, but we're doing it on the blue side. So now that's done, we're just going to start a stopwatch to see how long this is going to take. So how long is my application going to be down? And this is without the layer 2 extension of my previous video, right? So let's hit finish, and let's start looking at the actual migration. And here you can see, in the meanwhile, I'm going to see what the public IP address was, my new public IP address on the red side, right? And I'm going to change the DNS, internet DNS, right now in the meanwhile, because I will have to change this at some stage to make sure that my application is still reachable. So let's delete the record and create a new record with a new IP address on the other side, ending with 138. And now this is all fully configured. So let's go back, and here we can see that it took 24 minutes for all VMs to migrate. If we go to the new vCenter server, we can see on the red side, we can see there are applications or VMs are actually there, and they're gone on the blue side. So now we can see that my VM is actually there. So let's do a quick DNS check, and it first resolving to 37, and now it's resolving with the one ending with 138. So right now when we go to that website, it will resolve to this new IP address on the new SDDC, and we're capable of opening another window and accessing our application again. This took us 25 minutes. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for next video.